In just days, former President Donald Trump will sit face-to-face with Vladimir Putin in Anchorage, Alaska. But before the two even shake hands, Trump has issued a chilling warning. If Putin refuses to end the war in Ukraine, there will be, quote, very severe consequences. Tonight, we unpack how this meeting came to be, what's at stake, and why the world is watching with bated breath. This summit is not a sudden event. It began with a phone call in February 2025, when Trump, back in the Oval Office, reached out to Putin. The call was described as cordial but firm, setting the tone for weeks of behind-the-scenes diplomacy. Over the next months, U.S. and Russian intermediaries worked quietly, with meetings in Geneva, Brussels, and Istanbul. The choice of Anchorage, Alaska, was no accident. Its location, physically between Washington and Moscow, symbolically represents a halfway point. And for Trump, it carries historical weight, given Alaska's past as Russian territory before its 1867 sale to the U.S. Just days before the meeting, Trump addressed reporters. His message to Putin was clear: stop the war in Ukraine or face very severe consequences. What those consequences might be, Trump didn't say. But his silence may be strategic, keeping Putin guessing could be part of the pressure campaign. Asterisk behind the scenes, Trump had just finished a virtual meeting with European leaders and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The group reaffirmed 5 red lines for negotiations. Ceasefire first, no talks without a halt in fighting. Existing front lines remain. No recognition of new territorial gains by force. Ukraine's direct involvement. No deals made over Kiev's head. Western security guarantees, binding commitments outside NATO. Unified UDIS, European support for any peace deal. Asterisk. For Ukraine, the stakes are existential. Its sovereignty and future are on the line. For the US and Europe, this is about containing Russian aggression and maintaining the post-World War II security order. Economically, sanctions on Russia have disrupted global energy markets, driven inflation, and altered trade flows. Politically, a successful summit could boost Trump's image as a dealmaker. For Putin, it's an opportunity to break international isolation and frame himself as a key global player. But the risks are just as great. Failure could harden positions, escalate tensions, and even invite further military action. Trump's vague warning of severe consequences could mean new sanctions, expanded military aid to Ukraine, or even cyber and economic retaliation. The summit venue, Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, is no neutral hotel conference room. It's a U.S. military base, sending a subtle message. America is hosting this meeting on its own terms, surrounded by its own power projection. Alaska also evokes historical symbolism. This was once Russian territory. Now, it's American soil, a reminder of shifting geopolitical fortunes. By choosing Anchorage, Trump may be playing to his domestic audience while reminding Putin of past U.S.-Russia dynamics. Trump's goal is clear: deliver on his campaign promise to end the war quickly. Whether that means genuine peace or simply freezing the conflict remains to be seen. Success here could bolster his foreign policy credentials and give him a headline victory early in his term. Putin's objectives are more complex. He wants sanctions relief, recognition, formal or de facto, of Russian control over occupied territories, and a weakening of Western unity. Even attending the summit helps him project the image that Russia remains an indispensable global power. Both leaders thrive on unpredictability. For Trump, it's the art of the deal. For Putin, it's strategic ambiguity. This means that while diplomats will prepare every detail, the actual outcome may hinge on personal chemistry or confrontation between the two. Asterisk. So what might come out of Anchorage? There are 4 broad possibilities. Comprehensive peace deal, unlikely, but would involve Russia's withdrawal from occupied areas, sanctions relief, and international monitoring. Temporary ceasefire, a freeze that stops fighting but leaves territorial disputes unresolved. No agreement. Leaders walk away. Tensions remain high. Escalation, if talks fail and both sides harden their positions. Asterisk. For markets, militaries, and ordinary citizens, the difference between these outcomes is enormous. In the frozen air of Anchorage, two of the world's most powerful men will meet, not just to talk, but to test each other. Trump has promised severe consequences if Putin refuses to act. Whether that's enough to change the course of the war, the world will soon find out. You've been watching IGOR'S News, where we break down the stories shaping our world. Subscribe, hit the bell, and share your thoughts below. Will this summit lead to peace, or is it just political theater? The clock is ticking.